Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. So I'm really excited about today's reading because I'm going to be doing animal totem messages. I chose two cards from the animal spirit deck. I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to be pulling messages that will sort of reflect your strengths as an individual, but also giving you animal totem messages based on whatever cards came out for you and what messages that could mean for you in your current life and journey situations. Okay, so pile number one, I really don't know what these stones are, so I'm just going to show them to you. They're mystery crystals. I think this looks like a citrine. This is definitely an amethyst, so I know pile number two is going to be an amethyst. Pile number three looks either between tiger's eye or a carnelian crystal. These are tumbled, so it's hard for me to tell. And pile number four will be either clear quartz or rose quartz. I'm not too sure. Alright, so just go with whatever you feel most guided to. More than one is obviously okay, and I will see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number one. Thank you for joining me for your reading. So if you chose this tumbled little stone that resembles a citrine, then you are at the right place, okay? So I'm going to remind you guys again that this is a simple 2-card reading. I will be channeling the entirety of your messages based on these 2 cards only, so please don't come for me and tell me that that's not what you expected, okay? Because I'm giving you a heads up. So pile number one, I've already seen all the cards because I sat and meditated with everything before even recording so that I don't stumble upon my messages. And I love that you have 2 strong ass birds for your animal totem messages. Pile number one, this is beautiful energy, okay? So crow spirit and eagle spirit. The first message is crow spirit, card number 17, co-create with spirit. Your second card is card number 23, eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. So strong emphasis on spirituality, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? So I'm going to take one card at a time. I'm going to start with crow spirit and channel the messages that either embody characteristics within yourself. These are your strengths, pile number one, as well as messages that crow spirit might offer to you in your current life, journey, situation, etc. Okay, so crow. The crow is known for being a messenger. Most birds are, okay? Most birds are seen spiritually as being messengers as far as like connecting you to the spiritual realm, okay? So the fact that you had 2 birds come out, even though I'm just going to focus on crow spirit for now, the fact that you had 2 birds come out shows me that you are an absolutely very spiritual being. You are absolutely in tune with your higher self, with the universe, with your spirit guides, with your angels, with God, with Gaia, whatever it is that you connect or believe in, okay? You absolutely are probably a very extremely intuitive person. You probably have some sort of gifts, if you will. I feel like we're all connected, but some of us have stronger strengths in these senses, and I feel like you have a very strong connection with being able to pick up on more subtle things that more normal people would not be able to pick up on with the double birds here, okay? So the crows are known for being very intelligent. They are a very common type of bird, but they are absolutely, if you monitored, are very intelligent beings, okay? They figure out, there's a lot of thought process, a lot of intellect, a lot of intelligence that comes with being a crow. They're not just dumb birds. They absolutely figure things out and contemplate situations in order to get them out or survive or adapt to certain situations, okay? They're very watchful. They are also known because of their dark color, the deep blues, the purples, also another connection with spirituality, but also like the blackness of the birds is associated with creation. Why? Because the womb is considered dark, okay? We all come from the womb, which is darkness. Out of nothing comes something, okay? Which is the idea of how the universe was created, that supposedly there was nothing and all of a sudden there was something. So these birds are considered associated with creation. So you are probably a creative person, somebody who's very in tune and probably exhibits your creativity very intuitively. So whatever it is that you create is something that you are sort of manifesting from a spiritual environment, okay? What else? So I was saying about these birds being very intelligent as well as being able to adapt when it comes to their environment, but also being very watchful. So birds, as we know, because they can fly, because they have access to higher perspective, are seen to be like the clairaudience, not the clairaudience. What is the one where you can see? I don't know. I can't think of the word. It's too fancy. I'm just hearing clairaudient and clairsentient. So you may be either clairaudient or clairsentient, where you can actually physically hear spiritual messages, or more than likely be able to feel them, okay? They are also known to be, because they have this high awareness of spiritualism, of other, hidden, very subtle energies, they are able to raise awareness to those around them, okay? So crows have been known, like when they're in the forest and they sort of pick up on some, like a hunter or some sort of danger, they start to alert the forest, if you will. They alert the forest of the entirety around them to sort of protect their environment. They're letting all the other birds, all the other animals, the trees even know that there's some danger afoot, okay? So not only do they use their spiritual gifts to help themselves and figure situations out, not only do they use their intelligence and intellect to support themselves and survive, but they also use it to help others, okay? So that may be something that you do. You may be the type of person that uses their wisdom or their gifts to help those around you, to sort of alert them to where you can sense there's something afoot, if you will. Yeah, very strong sense of being able to, sort of recognize danger because of their higher perspective. These are very magical birds. They are known spiritually to have strength, okay? These are birds that figure shit out. So they can be in a tough pickle, but they figure things out, okay? What else? Ooh, when it comes to mating. Okay, I love this story about the crows. So crows are known to be like connected with like the communicative community of birds. But they're not necessarily associated with like the songbird community. They are communicative, so they make multiple sounds, several sounds. They very much like to and attempt to communicate with other birds around them, okay? But they're not necessarily, they do have strong voice boxes, but they're not necessarily associated with like the songbird group. However, when it comes to mating, like the male crow will like fix himself up and make him look all pretty, and all of a sudden his voice can change. His voice can change and he can make himself like sort of sound like he's singing a tune to attract a female to him, which is another sort of like mystical trait that's associated with the crow. Like, okay, all of a sudden you can sing, Mr. Crow. When it comes to love, and that is definitely a strength, so love is important to the crow. They can change almost like the what's the word, the I can't think of it. Damn it, I was doing good with my flow. Let's say that there is like a little dictionary. They can expand, okay? They can expand what it is that they are able to do with their voice box when it comes to them feeling like they want them a cute little partner, okay? So that's something that takes dedication, okay? So let me get to the eagle spirit. The eagle spirit, of course, is renowned. Look at him with his freaking crown. Okay, they show the crow and they let you know that he's a spiritual being, but this eagle, they show him with a crown and his feathers. Like, they want you to know that he is noble. They want you to know that he is a high-standing type of bird. And he is, okay? Like, so many cultures around the world associate the eagle with its power. Obviously, the bald eagle is associated with our country. It is associated with like Aztec and Mexican culture as far as like symbolism of like setting roots of creation, okay? Of the creation of our country, the creation of a civilization, the creation of a community, okay? But they are also known for like illuminating spiritualism. So you may be a person, again, like I said, you're out there sharing your gifts, but definitely that's also confirmed here with the eagle spirit. The eagle spirit illuminates others, okay? It is a very magical, powerful bird. And anybody who has the luxury or the gift of being able to see one of these bald eagles in real life, you know, it will automatically be mesmerized by the energy of this bird. So that's going to definitely be something that you have within your energy as far as eagle spirit coming out. This would make you the type of person who is an inspiration to others, somebody who is admired, okay? They're also very skilled birds. These birds, like, they are awesome hunters, okay? These birds do not go hungry very easily because they're just amazing hunters. They also take advantage of the fact of like other birds that are hunting prey and they can just swoop in and steal another bird's hunt, if you will. So these birds are not going hungry by any means, okay? They're very resourceful animals. Perceptive as well, like the crow, because of their connection to the sky. Specifically, in many cultures, the eagle is known for having this sort of balance between the 5D and the 3D, the 3D being the earth, being grounded because they can come down to the earth. They are a part of it. They are created from earth, but also they are able to go back up into the heavens, okay? And they go very high. So once again, this connection to your spirituality is very strong. These are also birds that are seen as very heroic. They're also seen as messengers. I believe it's Zeus, I could be wrong, who's associated with the eagle as far as like being able to like shapeshift and transform into the eagle. The eagle is also known to be associated with like the thunder of the skies. So that's connected with immense power. Again, this connection with the sky and power. It's also connected with the energy of the sun, being able, again, like I said, to illuminate others. Your strong sense of spirituality helps sort of awaken others to a new way of being that may be unknown to them previous to encountering you. Like I said, if you're ever lucky enough to see an eagle, it is something that changes you, just being able to see this beautiful creature, okay? So I feel like that's something that you may resonate with, pile number one, in how people perceive you, to illuminate them to a new way of being, to different perspective, higher perspective, if you will, in ways that you communicate with them, sort of like a messenger. So you guys, pile number one, are more than likely also, I would say, you're tarot readers, you're intuitives, you're doing some sort of spiritual work, guaranteed. The fact that two, I did shuffle. I wish I would have shuffled on camera because the cards that came out for all four piles were just amazing, how the two cards connected. And I've done these readings before, not as animal totems. I've done them as what strengths do you need to see in yourself? But this time I decided to focus on like the animal totem specifically versus it just being a strength that you have in your personality. And I decided to go with 2 cards so that it can sort of be a little more in depth. But the fact that every single pile, that every single pile, the 2 cards that I received connected so beautifully together. I was just very grateful for that. This reading did take me a lot longer than others because I sat and meditated and took notes and really connected with all of the energies that were coming through. Okay, so really quick before I run over time, did I say mentioning connecting the eagle with the sun, because there's a sort of certain warmth that the eagle carries? No, I don't remember saying that. There's a certain warmth that the eagle carries for its symbolism being connected with the sun and the skies, that this is what you embody. Like, people feel this with you. Like I said, you probably offer a lot of guidance to people, but at the same time there's a sort of warmth that you give off that people really feel comforted in your energy. It's almost like they are connecting with their higher self just by being in your presence. Okay, now the last thing I want to mention, because I did mention the mating ritual of the crow, as far as him getting himself all handsome and purty, and then all of a sudden he can transform his calling sounds into music to attract a cute little mate. The eagle and its sexual power. I just saw 1515. That's something new, so Google that. That might mean something to some of you. Google 1515 angel number and see what that says. They're very mystical when it comes to their mating rituals. It's very intriguing. So eagles, they mate mid-flight, okay? They're not like, oh, let's go to a comfortable little nest and get Netflix and chill. Eagles have like this, it's so like rare and unique. So I'm gonna say that this makes you, because of the uniqueness of the way that they both mate, something different. I'm gonna say that when it comes to you and your like sexual energy, pile number 1, like there's just something so unique about it. Because the eagle, they mate mid-flight. Like, they will, like, I'm gonna, like, do a full-on visual for you. The birds come at each other, and then they, like, even, like, claw and hook onto each other's talons as they're mating, and they're, like, wrestling and rolling around, but free-falling in the middle of the damn sky as they're mating. It's very passionate. Not that I've seen it, but I've been fully informed. Actually, I'm probably gonna Google right now to see if I can find some video footage on YouTube of eagles mating. But the fact that they do it mid-flight in the middle of free falling is just so, like, it's dangerous, but it's very, like, instinctual, but it's very, like, I was gonna say seductive, but I don't know if you're down for, like, a free falling mating thing. It's just very unique. That's the best thing that I could say about it. So there's something about you when it comes to your sexual power and prowess, pile number 1, that is very unique to people who are lucky enough to experience that with you. And with that, I will end off your reading, pile number 1. Round of applause. That's what I got for you. If this message resonates with you, please let me know how. Watch you watch you comment and let me know that you free fall in your own mating rituals. JK. Subscribe if you like my vibe and you're willing to help me reach my goals and grow as an individual, as well as my personal channel. Like if it resonated with you. Comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Until we web again, pile number 1. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this amethyst right here, then you are in the right place, okay? Before I get started, I'm quickly going to remind you that this is going to be a simple 2-card reading. I am going to be taking the entire time on reading the animal energies that sort of come up in your personality. These are your strengths. These are your traits. These are your gifts, okay? as well as bringing in potentially any animal totem messages that you need to hear currently. Okay, so with that being said, please subscribe if you haven't already. You, pile number 2, got card number 12, Canary Spirit, with the message Sing Your Own Song, as well as card 59, Starfish Spirit, Open to Infinite Possibility. I love, love, love this for pile number 2, and you're about to know why. If you are already a subscriber to my channel, pile number 2, you know that this pile, usually more often than not, sometimes it doesn't, but most often than not, I take pile number 2 as my own reading because this is my energy, okay? I was born on the month 2, the day 20, at the time 2:21 a.m., and I'm pretty sure they got it wrong, and I'm pretty sure I was born at 2:22 a.m., but who am I to question the people who wrote my birth certificate? The number 2 resonates with me heavily, okay? So let me tell you, pile number 2, if the number 2 resonates with you heavily, let me start off with the Canary Spirit. So this little cute yellow bird with this cute little crown singing your own song. So what does that mean? They are very heavily connected with the power of sound. So your voice, music that you are connected to, and song. So singing, creating music, just listening to music. Music will play a powerful role. Why did I say it like that? Music plays a powerful role in your life, okay? Sound plays a powerful role in your life. Voice, words that you speak, I just saw 222, play a powerful place in your life, okay? Because there's some sort of mysticism when it comes to the power of sound. And if you've looked into energy and frequency and the vibration of sound, just Google it. I mean, not Google it, YouTube search it. There are some amazing things and very mysterious when it comes to sound, okay? I've seen some videos on sound frequencies where they play different hertz as far as frequencies with sand or even water, and these amazing, beautiful, divine geometric images come out. So this is to prove that sound and the frequency that it has carries energy, okay? So Canary Spirit, meaning that sing your own song. You, my friend, are the type of person who sings their own song. You are the type of person who lives your life out of joy, but also creates. This is the ability to manifest, okay? Sound and words have the power to manifest. So a strong totem message that I'm definitely picking up for this is, what song have you been singing in your current life? Are you singing a song of joy and hope? Are you singing a song of gloom and doom? Because that definitely carries energy that impacts the type of life that you are living, Canary Spirit, okay? These canaries are also very sensitive, so you are definitely, as a pile number 2, as sensitive to your environment. So the environment that you put yourself in is going to deeply affect you. So are you in an environment of positivity and words that empower you, or are you in an environment that is broken and filled with words that destruct? Okay, there was a strong message about speaking, right? The power of voice, the power of word, speaking when it comes to love, speaking from a place of love, because when you speak more lovingly, then it is energetically presented as a message of love, versus if you're speaking very sharply, your message also has the opposite power to cut. So that gives me like that Queen of Swords vibe. When you're in your good vibe, pile number 2, I feel like you have the power to just enlighten people in such a beautiful way, to really embrace people. Your words is what I'm talking to. Your words embrace people in such a beautiful way. It uplifts them. It gives them joy. It gives them hope. It gives them peace. Me as a fellow pal number 2, I'm here on YouTube and I have a lot of people comment to me, thank you. Thank you for what it is, so something in my voice, something in the power of what it is that I am relaying in the sounds that are coming out of my mouth help people in some way, apparently. But why? Because if I have the power to tune vibrationally what it is that I am energetically trying to express, that has the power to transform. It has the power to create, okay? So this is about manifesting. This is about setting intentions. This is about what energy you're putting out based on what you are speaking into existence, pile number 2. Same thing as, like I said, if you are speaking very sharply, if you are, in other words, speaking negatively, if you are trying to cut someone down, let's say somebody wrongs you and comes at this little cute canary spirit in the wrong way, your words have the power to cut people down like nobody's business. There's a real duality, polarity to having power in sound, as the canary spirit does. It has the power to uplift, but also the power to, like I said, bring people down. So this also has an impact on your own individual life. What words are you speaking to yourself? Are they high vibrational? Are they low vibrational? What is it that they are manifesting? Okay, because they are creating an atmosphere around you that have a strong impact on yourself as well as those around you. Okay, when I said that you were very sensitive as well, there was something I read about canaries that used to be used in, like, I'm gonna say the caves when they were like coal mining and stuff like that, to see if there was like gases in there. They would send in a canary to see if it was safe to send the miners in there, and the canary's senses were so sensitive. Specifically, oh, that's one thing I failed to mention, but I'll get to it right now. But they were so sensitive that the canary would go a certain way and then it would come back, and if it was exposed to toxic gases, it would almost immediately die. And this was indication to them, okay, don't send the miners in. But because it was so sensitive to pick up on this, obviously, like I said, this is controlled atmosphere. What is it that you are bringing into your own individual atmosphere? Is it healthy or is it toxic? Okay, there's some heavy duality, polarity, not duality, heavy polarity that is in your energy. So your own words that you speak are either going to keep you uplifted or they're going to drag you all the way down. Okay, there was something that I said I was going to mention. Oh, the canary, as far as being connected to activating, when this voice in the canary awakens, it is connected not only to the heart chakra, but it's also connected to the throat chakra. So these are two things that are probably your strongest strengths or your worst downfalls. However it is that you take it, like I said, there's this sense of power in polarity. You're either going to use it for good or you're going to use it for bad. And so you were probably, because that's always something I've connected with myself. So when I learned that about the canary, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so, like, the fact that the canary came out in pile number 2 is just amazing, because I always feel that my throat chakra and my crown chakra and my heart chakra are the strongest. And look how he connects with all 3 of them. Definitely the heart chakra, because he's very sensitive to his feelings. But the throat chakra, because of the power of his voice, and as well as the crown chakra, because he's wearing a little crown. So I was like, oh my God, it's me as a bird. JK. All right, let me move on to the starfish spirit, because there's a lot to go through with the starfish spirit too. Okay, so card 59, open to infinite possibilities. Sorry, I butchered that. Okay. So this fact is the starfish. The star in tarot is associated with dreams, dream fulfillment, having like this openness of all the potentials of beautiful things that you can manifest. Again, with the manifestation tying into the starfish spirit. The many things that you can manifest for yourselves are almost infinite. There's so much wonder when it comes to the starfish, okay? The starfish is also in some cultures associated with like spirituality when it comes to as above, so below, if you've heard that saying. So what does that mean? That means our connection to the earthly realm, which we live in, as well as the upper realm. There's a sense of duality in that saying, as above, so below. What does that mean? That means there's a mirror. There's an above and there's a below, and both of those energies mirror each other, okay? So that's a huge part of manifesting, because the idea of manifestation and law of attraction is that your internal thoughts, as above, your thoughts associated with the higher realm, the crown, the third eye chakra, so your thoughts. So your internal thoughts, although not seen, are creating an external manifestation, which is what you see in the 3D realm, the physical manifestation, okay? That's the idea of as above and so below, is that there is this like energy connected within the higher realm and the physical realm that manifests itself, okay? So this being a very spiritual type of pile as well, but more specifically when it comes to manifesting, having a lot of power in that middle, that in between, okay? Because like I said, the canary spirit had a lot of polarity to it. You're either going to speak something that is going to be positive or speak something that is going to be negative, and it is going to affect the entire environment. In this case with the starfish, that has that same energy as far as like the polarity of as above, so below. The starfish, if you cut it in half, it only has a top and a bottom, okay? So that really connects with that like law of attraction type of energy. These starfish are also in some cultures seen as divine, being associated with divine love. Remember, as above, so below. Divine love in the starfish, which is a strong totem message of, if you were ever feeling alone, pile number 2, which I needed to hear this today specifically, so I love that the starfish came out. If you were ever feeling alone, there is the strong message that you are never alone, okay? Because as a starfish spirit coming out as one of your totems, you are always connected to the higher realm. And the higher realm is there to let you know that we support you and we love you in the purest and most unconditional way possible. And you know what I love about this is that today specifically, I always like divulge all my details to pile number 2, but I'm going to let you know. Today I was feeling immensely lonely. Like, I've been going through some shit. Internally, as always, as we always are on a spiritual journey, but I've been going through it. And it just hit me, the amount of loneliness that I feel, and that I don't acknowledge very often, how lonely I feel and how deeply I want to connect, how deeply I want partnership, okay? And so I was feeling that, and I decided to go for a drive, and I was essentially like speaking to my higher self and saying like, I need you. I need you to show me that you're here because I feel so alone. And then the Evanescence song, oh, damn, I don't remember what it's called. Speak to Me. The Evanescence song Speak to Me came out. And if you haven't heard it, listen to it. It's so beautiful. And it was almost as if my higher self was speaking to me, because that song talks about you were never alone. It specifically says that in the song, you were never alone. And it says, I'm trying to remember because this is going to throw off my message, but it says specifically in that song, I can't love you any more than I already do, something like that. And I took it as my higher self saying like, I love you so much. I love you so unconditionally. And I know you don't see it as badly as you want to, but I'm here, okay? And the song obviously saying, speak to me. I'm always here for you, to listen to you, okay? As lonely as you feel, you're never alone. And I love that all connected with me wanting to give an animal totem message to you all today, because I feel like it's very important to know that if you have been feeling alone, pile number 2, if your journey has been very lonely like mine has, you're never alone, okay? The fact that you are here on a spiritual journey, know that your higher self is always there. Your spirit guides, your angels, God, Gaia, whatever it is that you believe in is always there with you, okay? Your energetic higher self is always there to keep you company and to support you and love you unconditionally. Now, let's get into the rest of the messages. We're already at almost 16 minutes, but there's so much more messages I have to give you, starfish, okay? So the starfish card is also about wonder. It's about dreams, dream fulfillment, and the infinite possibilities that there are for you in creating something, creating anything that you want for yourself. The starfish is also associated with non-conformity. So singing your own song, for example, you're not the type of person who is going to allow others to tell you what it is that you should be living for your life. So you may come off as sort of a rebel with that non-conformity, okay? But you're always one to trust your guidance. You're always one to trust whatever it is that inspires you and be guided from that point, okay? You have a strong intuition with the starfish being an animal of the water, but also having that connection to the higher. So being able to feel very deeply with the starfish, but also see very highly from a higher perspective with the canary spirit coming out, okay? The starfish is also about regeneration. Like, come on now with the starfish. You've lived such a hard life. You've been through such challenges. You've been through experiences that most people would just die. Okay, I'm being dramatic. But the fact that a starfish can lose one of its limbs and regenerate the damn thing, that is you, pile number 2. You've lost limbs throughout your life and you've taken the time out to regenerate it and heal yourself, is what it is, okay? Regeneration is just another way of saying that you can cure yourself. You can heal yourself. You have the power of healing. With the water element as well, strongly in tune to that. You may have a lot of strong water elements in your birth chart. Regardless of that or not, you are definitely the type of energy that always has hope in being able to renew. You always keep that at the top of your energy, okay? What else do I got for you? Okay. Don't be offended, but the fact that a starfish does not have a brain, if you remember Patrick from SpongeBob, he was always like really doing, like really like really silly. Because starfish are associated with not having a brain. Now, this is true. A starfish does not have a brain, but that does not by any means take away from the fact that a starfish is able to survive everyday life without a freaking brain. Why? Because they rely on all their senses. They rely on their senses. So you, pile number 2, are a very sensitive person. You have heightened senses in being able to use that versus logic. You're not so much logical, or even if you do have a strong air in your chart perhaps that, you know, kind of brings in that logic, you always choose intuition over trusting your senses, okay? Because that's what the starfish does. They have like nerves at the end of their limbs, and essentially their limbs, so their outer being, is what's telling them and guiding them on how to survive, versus having a brain that's logically saying this is what you need to do, blah blah blah. They just trust their senses to help them guide their way around and survive, okay? Their limbs gather the information for them, such as your outside senses, your sixth sense, if you will, gathers the information that you need to make your decisions versus just focusing and making decisions based on logic. You feel deeply, okay? But yeah, what else? Is there anything else I need to mention? Fertility, that I need to mention for some of you, because I did mention in pile number 1 about the way that their animal totem messages like mate, but Okay, this is gonna trip you out. If you don't know anything about starfish, let me tell you. Because starfish are so, like, there's so many ways in which the types of starfish mate, but for the majority of them, a lot of it is very independent. Like, starfish have the ability to be like asexual and sort of like reproduce on their own. So that tells me that you're very independent. A lot of you are probably single parents. You don't need another partner to be able to create life and sustain life and take care and protect and ensure that this life continues. Okay, so that, like I said, I take that as a lot of you potentially being single parents. The fact that a starfish can asexually reproduce, they're very independent in that way, but they're very fertile. Okay, so if they are asexual and they decide to lay their own eggs, they lay so many eggs. That's something about you. Let's transfer that into the idea of a seed. You go around planting so many seeds, and this makes me feel like the Empress energy, where you were just giving birth to ideas left and right. Okay, the starfish carries its strong fertility in it, and that may even like work out in the physical. You may be a very fertile person. Pile number 2. But yeah, it's just beautiful, the ability to create, and once again that connection with just divinity and love, which connects with pile number 2. The number 2 in numerology, the energy of the 2 is about love, right? One comes together and create this bond that is love. So therefore the starfish is connected with this divine love in many cultures because of the fact of its duality of as above, so below, the connection of the 5D and the 3D. And I feel like that's something that you also feel very strongly in your energy, is this connection. It is a merging of 5D and 3D. And so you hold love very strongly in your energy. I still saw 2222, so that's a perfect place to close off this reading. Okay, that's what I got for you, pile number 2. If this resonated with you, please do me the awesome favor of subscribing first and foremost, as that is the easiest and freest way to help me personally reach my goals on here. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm trying to get monetized and create this channel as a little stream of added income to other projects that I also have to bring in income. I am a single mother, like this starfish spirit. And I very much appreciate any help that you can offer me, specifically when it comes to subscribing, liking, commenting, all those things that you need to do to get that YouTube algorithm to offer my channel to other people, to get them to subscribe. Okay, until we love again, loves. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading today. So really quick, I just wanted to reiterate that this is a simple 2-card reading. I will be taking the entire time to pull energies off of the 2 animal spirits that came out for you, as well as any animal totem messages that come up specifically for you that may help you in your current life situation, your current journey. Okay, so pile number 3, you chose this little tumbled, I'm gonna say it's Carnelian, but it could be Tiger's Eye, I'm not sure. Because it's tumbled, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm gonna go with Carnelian because of the brightness of the orangey in the color. Okay, so what you ended up getting was Fox Spirit, card number 27, Think on Your Feet, as well as card 51, Sandpiper Spirit, Be Playful. So you may think this fox and this sandpiper bird may have nothing in common, but you're wrong. These 2 animal spirits actually really beautifully connect with each other in numerous ways. Okay, so let me tell you how. First of all, let's start off with this fox spirit, okay? So the fox. There is a lot of lore when it comes to foxes and fox spirit, but I'm going to start off with the main things that come out when it comes to the foxes, okay? When it comes to their senses. So being very perceptive, being very like almost clairaudient, so being able to see things, have some sort of like good read, like you're able to read people based on your perception. It's something that you pick up on energy. So you're a good energy reader where you just like look into people and you're just like, I have you all figured out. That's something that the fox has, okay? The heightened sense of sound because of the large ears that a fox has. You know, you're able to like sort of pick up on subtle changes, on subtle things that sort of like give your senses the vibe that there's something you need to be weary of, which the fox is normally known for being like weary, right? Like, I'm gonna hide and I'm gonna run if I need to, and I'm gonna be very swift and I'm gonna be very quiet and cunning, okay? That's something that's very connected to the fox spirit. But it's important to know that the fox is that way. He's no coward. She's no coward, as I should say, because the fox is also associated with very feminine energy. You know, if you're seen as a foxy lady, it's very feminine, very attractive. But these senses that the fox has, it may make it appear like it's sort of coward because he can be there 1 second and then all of a sudden out, but because it's protecting itself, okay? That's something that's very heavy in your energy, is the ability to sense danger and get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there before any, you know, damage can be done. Their heightened sense of smell as well is sort of like, it's giving me SpongeBob vibes where Mr. Krabs is like, there's a smell. It's a smelly smell that smells smelly. That's sort of your vibe. Like I said, you have heightened senses and you're just like, I don't know what about this person, or I don't know what about the situation is just giving me like funky vibes, and it smells like something's off, okay? Like you're able to pick up and have like strong discernment on people. I feel like you're a good judge of character, okay? With your heightened senses, you have that just unique skill to be able to read people very quickly. Foxes are known for like their camouflage, right? They come in all different types of colors. There's many different types of, I was going to say breeds. Is that the way? Yeah. All different types of breeds of foxes and different colors and patterns that they come with. But effectively, how does this help them in nature? Because they're able to camouflage. They're able to shapeshift. In some cultures, they're known as shape-shifting creatures. But sort of what's the purpose of camouflaging is to be able to hide. Why would a fox want to hide in plain sight? Because it protects them, okay? It also gives them power. It gives them some certain strength to be able to, if they're particularly hunting, if they're able to hide and not be seen, you know, that gives them a strength, that gives them a one-up on whatever it is that they're hunting. And I feel like that's you. Like you're ahead of the game. You're one step ahead when it comes to your life and your situations. You're always sort of like one step ahead, which is the message, right? Think on your feet. They're very nocturnal animals. So maybe perhaps you have like a lot more connection with your senses when it comes to nighttime, or maybe you're just more active in the nighttime like foxes are. The foxes, when it comes to like spirituality, are also seen as like the in-between. Like they can be like omens of openings to other realms because of the in-between, which means like this is when they're most active, okay? So they're active in between the very late nighttime right before the sunrise, okay? They're also most seen in areas in between very heavily wooded forests and open lands. So like that in-between land, not deep in the forest, but sort of like in the edges. So in the edge of time, in the edge of sunrise and sunset, so in the edge of night and day, but also in the edge of environments. So because of this in-between energy that foxes have, they are known to be like omens of openings to other realms, okay? So a fox spirit omen could be like, if you see a fox, perhaps it may be like an omen of some sort of opportunity opening up for you. Also, if you're dreaming a fox by any chance, it could have that same meaning. They're also, because of the night and the nocturnalness of the fox, this could also indicate some sort of supernatural abilities that you may have when it comes to hidden things as far as the night goes. Let let me get into the shape-shifting aspect of the fox. There are there are many cultures that associate fox with shapeshifters. So if they see a fox, they may take it as it could be a human spirit shapeshifting, or females specifically being associated with actually being foxes in real life. In Chinese lore, let me tell you, you may be a heartbreaker. Pile number 3. You may have been known in your life to be a heartbreaker. Why do I say that? Because there is this like Chinese lore when it comes to foxes, that foxes, after their spirits, after living 50 years, they can turn into a human. And then after living for a human for another 50 years, so in other words, when the fox is 100 years old, on their 100th birthday, that they can turn into either a wizard or a beautiful maiden. Now, if they choose to turn into a beautiful maiden on their 100th birthday, it is almost an instant omen of bad luck to any unlucky man who has the nerve to fall in love with this shape-shifting fox, okay? So this means she will betray. She will break some sort of man's heart if a man were to fall in love with this fox. I think this just has to do with this like sexual energy that this fox has, and very strong feminine energy that this fox has, okay? The orange and the fiery type of vibe, specifically if it is a red fox, it is associated with like that kundalini sexual energy because of the red associated with the sacral and root chakra, okay, that red orangey color. But also, if you've heard that term of like being a fox or very foxy, that is associated with like sexual energy in itself, okay? So that connects with your very feminine and very, very sexual energy that you may have if you are a feminine, or you don't even have to be a feminine, you may just be a masculine with very strong sexual energy, okay? So that's something to consider. Fox skin and the fur specifically is also a lot of times associated with like healing because of its power. Fox furs were very held high in the fur trading community because of its metaphysical properties. So an omen specifically associated to the fox having to do with the fur and the power that that holds, aka our hair. If there is some sort of stagnation, there is an omen when it comes to the fox about changing the color of the hair. If you are a feminine or a masculine energy, changing your hair if you feel stagnation in your life will also sort of like amplify new momentum, new energies, okay? Monogamy. That's the last thing I'm going to say about foxes, is that they are known to be monogamous creatures. So that may be something that's very important to you, but that's also one of your strengths, is that you are very loyal and wanting to be monogamous. You are not the type of person to just go out there and want to be messing around. You really want something serious. You want somebody to be a life partner, and that also connects with the sandpiper spirit, which are known for the most part to be monogamous birds, okay? So let's get into the sandpiper spirit, okay? I'm going to make a quick connection with the fox spirit. You know, they're being swift, this camouflaging, this being sort of like hidden, but because it gives them power and it's protection in order to be very quick and quiet in their power, they're able to have the strength of their swiftness and quietness to be able to hunt, in other words. But also the sandpiper is known for its like camouflaging ways when it comes to living in communities of birds. It is something that they feel more comfortable with. So I think that's something in your energy. Like, you're not the type of person that really wants to stand out. You find more strength in being like hidden, camouflaging into the mix, because there's sort of like this strength in quietness and keeping your intentions hidden so that others sort of don't know what you're plotting or planning or what your next move might be. The sandpipers also have that like energy of swiftness in them, and being able to be quick on their feet, being able to adjust, being able to change based on their environment, which is something that the fox spirit, we know it's always paying attention with all its heightened senses. But the sandpiper itself is known for being swift, okay? Another thing that's very associated with the sandpiper is this like silliness, right? It says right here, be playful. Why did they say that? Because they say that the sandpiper just like walks around very silly. It's funny to look at if you're observing a sandpiper, so it gives this like very playful energy, like carefree. And I feel like that's something that's in you. I feel like with the swift energy, but as well as the playful energy, I feel like you're very spontaneous. I feel like you're a good, an easy person to adjust to your environment, which is very good, right? Because you're able to, you don't cling onto expecting things to be a certain way and sort of feeling uncomfortable in adjusting environments. You're able to like quickly like sort of read your surroundings and adjust. What else? They're also very perseverant type of birds because they have their long little skinny beaks and they go around like in the sand and sort of like pick and pick and pick and pick and pick and pick until they find something. So they are seen as the type of bird and energy with something that has a lot of endurance. So you would have a lot of endurance and perseverance when it comes to trying to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, because that's what these birds do. Like they just won't stop. They'll just keep going around poking their beak into the sand until they find something, okay? So having this endurance, like I said, to keep going. What else? So these birds are for the most part very playful and calm, but they are known to be aggressive when it comes to defending their territory, specifically when it comes to like their babies, if they're in the process of parenting a nest of eggs. They are also, like I said, very monogamous. If I haven't said that already, when they choose a partner, the partner is also very cooperative in helping parent and protecting the nest. There is some sense of isolation with both of them. They're both they have, in other words, moments of shift. So fox spirit, some foxes, like I said, when it comes to mating and forming a family, they do stick with that, but at the same time, they have the need to sort of be isolated every now and then, so they have no problem with being free and separate from, and that's something that's in the sandpiper's energy as well, is having both times of being separate from, but having times that they're very like in community, because sandpipers do live in communities with lots of birds, like in a flock. But like I said, there are some times where they go and isolate themselves for periods of time. The swiftness of being able to act quickly and change their environment, but also the sandpipers are connected to water. So you may have some sort of water within your chart, but that doesn't necessarily have to be so. You could just take comfort in being around water. Sort of feel at home around water, or the beach specifically when it comes to sand. The connection of the strength and femininity, that's a strong thing with the sandpiper as well as the fox. So I feel like this is giving like very high priestess, very empress energy. Very, very strong feminine traits that you have, I would say. Pile number 3, okay? I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm missing. Communication. The sandpiper, as far as being communicative with its surroundings. And some sort of strength with that. But let's go back to the playfulness of it. The fact that there's like swift air energy, just being quick to adjust. But also the fact that the playful spirit is here and being able to like not take yourself too seriously, to be a little playful in life and, not be like, this is the way things need to be, because you're very adjusting when it comes to your life. I feel like you're very lighthearted. I feel like I feel like you're kind of like silly in the way that you present yourself. You have no problem like connecting with your inner child with the sandpiper here. And the fox spirit is kind of like that playful vibe too. So your energy just feels very fun. It feels very adjusting. So not somebody who's just like set in their ways. Like you're able to like maneuver your way into different energies, but also, like I said, having power in camouflaging and not sort of standing out, but because that's how you sort of gain strength and sort of people not being able to read you. Because why? You're the one reading people in the background. You might even be a people watcher. Like you might go into public and just sort of watch people and like be judging them. I'm not judging you if that's what you do, but I see it sort of in that fox spirit. But yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 3. If this did resonate with you, if you like this reading, if you like my energy, please do me the huge favor of reciprocating the love and subscribing for me. That is the best and easiest way that you can help support me in my growth on my spiritual journey, but also in my channel growing and reaching my goals and trying to get monetized here, okay? I'm nearing there. I'm getting there. I'm getting somewhere. So if you can help me with that, I would appreciate it. Like if it did resonate, and comment if you feel comfortable doing so with how this resonated with your energy. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pal number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading today. If you chose this little tumbled either clear or rose quartz, then you are at the right place, okay? Really quick before I get started, I do want to reiterate that this is a simple 2-card reading. Well, it's not simple, right? Because I'm actually running longer than I normally do with even a full spread of reading on these cards. It's 2 energies that I pulled where I'm going to be giving you characteristics, traits, personality, strengths that you embody when it comes to these animal what was the thing? Animal totems. I just drew a blank. Anyways, but yeah, as well as any animal totem messages that I see for you, pile number 4. Okay, so be aware it's just 2-card reading. So you ended up getting card number 2, the antelope spirit. Life is speeding up, as well as the number 58, stag spirit. Take the lead. And I love, love, love this because you are pile number 4, right? But all the piles today, when it comes to the animal spirits, the 2 animals that I ended up shuffling and getting on each pile just connect so beautifully. And the fact that you have 2, what is the main term of this? I'm just going to say deer looking things. Moose looking things. Whatever that is. Creatures that are like very similar, but also they have completely different messages coming through, okay? So I am going to start first and foremost with the antelope spirit with life speeding up and tell you what messages I get for this animal totem, okay? So the antelope is known obviously for its connection with spirituality. We're going to say that for both because of the horns. So the horns reaching up to the sky is sort of connected to the crown chakra, which means your high-end sense of psychic abilities with intuition, with your higher self. And if you haven't already, which I feel like you have, right? Because you're over here at my reading, listening to tarot, you've definitely been awakened by this point. At some point in your life, pile number 4, where you become awakened, it's just sort of like life starts to speed up because all of a sudden you start getting these huge downloads which you didn't even realize that you had access to. This type of knowledge, this type of intuition, these type of gifts. You probably have spiritual psychic gifts, especially when it comes to strong intuition. You receive messages directly, and you may, if you're unaware of how strong your intuition is, you may interpret this as you just being very good at like reading people and reading like people's actions physically as you view them. But really, this is your intuition speaking to you, helping you out, okay? You have a lot of insight. You have a lot of knowledge. This specific antelope spirit. So, let me get to all the messages because there's a lot when it comes to the antelope. So the antelope itself, hold on. Sorry, I had to take a break because I've been going through all the piles and I've not taken a little quick break. All right, I'm ready. The antelope spirit is known to be very adaptable, okay? Because it says life is speeding up, this is sort of the energy of somebody who is used to constantly being in the mix of things being thrown at them, but not the type of person to stop. When a challenge arises, an antelope quickly adjusts based on what it is that they are being guided to take action on at that specific time, okay? With its heightened senses, you have very strong instincts with antelope spirit here, so you have instincts that help you survive, okay? You have strong survival instincts, and this may manifest itself in your physical life as far as like basic survival needs, as far as you have adaptation when it comes to finding resources, okay? This may mean money, this may mean jobs, this may mean just having solutions to certain things that may appear before you. You have mental agility, so you are not one to like quickly break down and feel like weak or feel powerless, okay? You have strong mental agility, so no matter what's thrown at you, you're just like, all right, I'll figure this out, let's keep going. That's sort of your stamina. Stamina is a strong thing that comes out with horns, right? Horns bringing that like aphrodisiac, sort of like very strong sexual but staminous energy. I feel like that's strong in your energy, pile number 4, because you do have 2 horned animals that came out for your animal totem. So definitely strong stamina, strong sexual energy up in your the ability to survive. The ability to survive specifically with antelope spirit is a strong thing, because that is what the antelope is known for, okay? They can survive in the most difficult of environments. So no matter what is thrown at them, they will figure out a certain way to get through it. Because they are so quick as well, they can be associated with like air energy. So this could be like thinking. Lots and lots of thinking. You have like that's all I feel. Like you're just running in different directions. Like your mind is all over the place. Now this can be a power. This can be a power because you're able to like, if you like maneuver your way like back and forth into different scenarios and find solutions quickly, which is why you have a strong survival instinct in your animal totem. But at the same time, this could be like a downfall, right? Because this could lead to overthinking because your thoughts are so quick. It could lead to you just thinking about like negative things if that's something that you're circling in your mind, but also overthinking is like sort of like stumping yourself. If you're overthinking, then there's no action taken because there's too much thinking going on. So like I said, it just depends. It's all about balance here when it comes to your mental agility, okay? Because it could be a strength, but it could also be a downfall, because if you just stay stuck in overthinking, then there's no action taken, which is what the antelope is. It's all about taking action. And we're going to get into that because this card right here has a strong totem about action needing to be taken now. But we'll get into that, okay? Let me finish off with this heightened senses over here. Very psychic, a lot of communication, instinct, endurance. They're also known for their flexibility, like I said, and being able to maneuver their way around different environments, different situations, as well as protection. Both of these animals have strong protection in their energy because they do take actions in order to protect themselves very quickly, okay? What else? Being able to trust your instincts is another strong message coming from antelope spirit because, like I said, because it is such swift air energy. If you are grounded and trusting yourself, you will be able to take those swift actions in order to adapt to your specific environments. But like I said, when it comes to the downfall, if you are overthinking, and still moving at full speed, that could be a problem. Because opportunities that make themselves available to you in a little short window, and you are just speeding through too much thought process, that you're not taking action when you need to take action. This feels like you could have also missed opportunities in your life that could be taking place right now, okay? There's a strong animal totem message about trusting your instincts, okay? And opportunities, when they arise, need not be put off. You are the antelope. You need to take swift action and take those actions. So think about it. Use your mental agility to think about it as much as you need to, not overthinking it, just thinking about it, but then trusting your instincts strongly and making a decision and taking action based on that. You may become stagnant in your life because you have these strong totems about trusting your instincts. And if you don't trust your instincts, if you begin to doubt yourself, that could lead to you to stagnation in your life, okay? Because you have a very quick mind. But it could also lead to like a skewed perception when it comes to overthinking. Sorry, I'm trying to think. You have a pure heart. You definitely have a pure heart when it comes to this. I feel like that may also be like a defense mechanism, is being very quick in and out. Energy with the antelope spirit, that may be a defense mechanism that you use to protect yourself, because you do value your independence and your freedom. So I feel like that's not something you have a problem with. You may even be the type of person who takes comfort in isolating yourself. Yeah, you may be kind of a loner, actually. I'm thinking about it. That's what it feels like, because you have comfort, but I feel like it comes from this inability to really like embrace others and what it is that they have to offer, because you're so quick-minded. What else? There's this sort of like elegance. So you may be like a person of taste, okay? A person of taste in which basic doesn't do it for you. Boring and dull isn't, you're not about it. It's sort of making me feel like you're a little picky. Maybe a lot picky. I don't know. But I feel like this elegance that you have in you makes you like have a taste for rare. Okay, you have a fine taste for rare in your elegant nature. And now that brings me into this rare energy that you also carry within you, which is the stag spirit. I love that you got the card. The stag spirit is like so rare, okay? In many cultures, like seeing this is like a huge omen of like spiritual transformation. If you see a rare white stag, it is an omen to take the lead. There is time to take action. Remember what I said with this antelope spirit, that when certain opportunities open themselves up to you, you need to trust your instincts and take the actions necessary, okay? Give me 1 second really quick. Okay, I had to take a drink. Before I get into stag spirit, I had to take a drink because there's so many messages, so many beautiful messages in the stag spirit, okay? So starting off with the fact that it's a rare white stag, okay? What does it say? It's like an omen of fruitfulness. It's an omen of abundance. It is like in a symbolism of nobility. It is symbolism of being proud, but being humble, of accomplishing so much, of having so much potential as well. Strong spirituality, again, with these huge ass horns leading up to the sky. You have such strong manifesting abilities, because this is sexual energy, which can also be put into manifesting. Sexual energy, by the way, is the strongest. the strongest of all energies. And I'm no expert on anything, but I promise you that. Harnessing your sexual energies, which you have a lot of, because you have 2 horned animals. Powerful manifesting abilities, pile number 4. And if you are a common pile number 4 chooser, I've said this so many times when it comes to your readings, that you are a powerful manifester. And the fact that these 2 animal spirit came out for you, like, just completely confirms that to me, that you are so powerful when it comes to manifesting because of your connection with the higher realm. Okay, there is strong instincts in this animal also, but as well as the status, it's like strong maturity associated with it. So you may have always felt like an old soul, somebody who is very grounded, okay? Somebody who sees things from a higher perspective. So you're not like a kid, like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You're just like, I've been through some shit. I'm mature. I'm experienced. You never really felt like brand new. You always just sort of felt like you've been here, okay? That's a very mature energy. Maybe you're the mature friend, the one that sort of like looks out for the other ones, sort of the one that always has the wisdom and the advice. Pile number 4. But the fact that you are also like a leader, like the stag is a leader. You are a boss, probably an entrepreneur, probably like a trendsetter, somebody that people follow. You're not the type to be like, oh, let me go be like that person. No, people want to be like you, pile number 4, okay? There's also this like purity with the fact that it's a white stag. White indicates like purity, transformation. It also indicates cleansing, okay? So there's something about your energy that, like, sort of when you have like a spiritual awakening, this sort of transforms you and your life completely, okay? It's also about faith, about spirituality, about protection. Like, I will light a white candle when I am trying to protect my energy specifically. So the fact that it's a white stag spirit indicates to me that there's a lot of strong spiritual you have strong spiritual connection. So again, I will reiterate, if you believe in spirit guides, if you believe in angels, if you believe in guardians, if you believe in God, if you believe in Gaia, whatever it is that you believe in is strongly there to help protect you, but not only to protect you, but to help guide you. You have the need to have strong faith, not only in yourself, but in a higher power, okay? So this can manifest within religion. You could be a very religious person, or you could just be a very spiritual person. Somebody that sort of looks into the unknown and mysticism, mysteriousness, okay? These stag spirits are also associated with like past lives and the ancestors. So you may have like a strong inclination to sort of delve into the past, maybe your own past, maybe like looking up your ancestry, a family tree, or just strongly always being like curious by the past in general, okay? There's this strong ties to ancestors. Also earth energy. Both of these are very strongly connected to earth energy. So it wouldn't surprise me if you had strong earth energy in your chart, as well as the zodiac signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. As an omen, stag spirit indicates that you have a strong spiritual purpose in this life. You have a lot of healing to do with the white color of the stag, but as well as you have a lot of healing and spiritual, emotional work to do in this lifetime, okay? This is powerful. You are a leader. But as well as being a leader and being so noble, I feel like there's no, like, you're not too prideful. I feel like you're very humble as well. Because of that earth energy, you're like connected to the higher realm, but also connected to the earthly realm. You're very grounded, okay? That's why you're able to manifest so powerfully, because you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of insight. this humbleness that you have also, because you don't let pride like overdo itself. It makes you like very gentle. It makes you come off as, you're probably very honest as well. Like honesty is very important to you. Loyalty is very important to you. You are very compassionate. Because you have this like higher perception of things, I feel like you're able to stay humble. You're able to sort of see things from a different perspective when it comes to other people, and sort of like really understand where people are coming from. So therefore you don't take everything so personally when it comes to how you connect with other people in your life. This is also a strong omen when it comes to manifesting. What is it that you wish? What is it that you dream of? What is it that would fulfill your desires with this stag spirit? Okay, those are strong questions that you need to answer to yourself. You are being guided to really listen to the universe. Because there is strong movement here, there's strong guidance for you, pile number 4, to sort of slow it down and really silently listen to what guidance you have. Silently listen to what your intuition is telling you. And this is like messages that are being repeated from your readings, pile number 4. If you are a common pile number 4, lately you've been really being guided to take certain actions, to really trust your intuition, and I feel like this is reiterating that for me again. But it's a good omen. Seeing this white stag spirit tells me that you have the potential, like I said, within the earth and with the higher realm. I feel like you have this like vulnerability within you that's waiting to be embraced. I feel like the fact that you have this awakening, maybe you are currently going through a spiritual awakening and you're starting to perceive things in a much deeper way than you had before. And there's a strong message just coming through about avoiding being too hard on yourself. Because when it comes to this perception and this potential to overthink, I feel like when you're in like introspection, like really like paying attention and perceiving your entire life as it's played out, like you have the capacity to be very hard on yourself. You have compassion for others, but I feel like you may struggle to have that compassion for yourself. So please avoid tearing yourself down. That's a message for just a few of you. If you feel like you tear yourself down often in your thoughts, pay attention to that, because if you were like looking at yourself as being weak in any way for not being able to take certain actions, there's a need to have compassion for yourself, okay? If you're not able to take certain actions that you're sort of beating yourself up on, there's a need to have compassion, but also the need to have an understanding of where that's coming from. And that's where it comes to connecting with your intuition, okay? There's a strong sense of independence. You may be a very independent person. Okay, I'm getting a message about love. Because you are so independent, you may have trouble connecting and being open to connecting. But actually, the stag spirit is a strong omen about companionship coming into your life. Believe it or not. Google it if you don't believe me. Google white stag omen. There is an omen about that. If you feel very like independent and you've been doing it on your own because you value your freedom, there's actually a message from yesterday. I just saw 2222. I need to cut off your reading because I'm going way over. But there was a message from yesterday's reading about, or the other day, I don't remember, about freedom. And I feel like that's still strong in your energy, like this fear of releasing your freedom. If you join together in companion and partnership, but no. You will never lose your freedom, okay? With these two coming out as your strong animal totems, you're never going to lose your freedom. And the only way that you will be happy in a relationship is if it's a relationship, a partnership that allows you to be free. So I feel like you were Remember, you're a strong manifester. I feel like you're manifesting a person who is free themselves. You're manifesting a person who has their own need to claim and continue holding their independence. And I feel like this type of person will as well respect your need for having your own independence. So you'll feel like, again, let me reiterate this message from the other day. You will feel like two independent, free souls coming together, not out of need, but out of want to join together and share your lives. To have fun, to enjoy, to experience, okay? There's a very gentleness in you. I'm just getting that because I feel like you're very fast-paced. You're very like goal-oriented. You're very ambitious. You carry a lot of respect. People look up to you. You are a leader. You are a teacher in some senses because of the knowledge and insight that you have to offer. You are a truthful and honest person, and people really vibrate towards that, okay? They're magnetically drawn to that. And I feel that there's this great, like, gentleness to you as well, though. But are you embracing that? Are you being gentle? Are you being compassionate? Are you being open to love and companionship? Because I feel like that's a strong omen about that coming into your life with this white rare. It's about fulfilling your desires, fulfilling your dreams, and what it is that you want. You have accomplished a lot for yourself already on your own. Now, the universe is guiding you to see what it is that you can accomplish and fulfill in your life in partnership. It's going to be beautiful for you, pile number 4. I love this. Listen to the universe, okay? You have those horns. Listen to your guidance, loves. If this did resonate with you, please subscribe first and foremost. I appreciate those of you who have. That's the easiest way that you can help me and achieve my goals on my journey in trying to spread and vibrate, ripple love all over the world, okay? Like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Until we vibe again, loves.